All in the order, stand to the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Trustee Whitehead.
Yes.
Trustee Finley.
Yes.
Trustee Simmons. Yes. Trustee George.
Yes.
Trustee Barnes.
Yes. Need a motion to amend the agenda for 20. All the 20.
And then your favorite things.
Presented.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda for tonight.
Second.
Trustee Whitehead.
Yes.
Trustee Finley.
Yes.
Trustee Simmons. Yes. Trustee Barnes.
Yes.
Trustee George.
Yes.
Trustee. No.
Motion to pay the bills. Board meeting minutes, executive session, and finance report.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Trustee Whitehead.
Yes.
Trustee Barnes.
Yes.
Trustee George.
Yes.
Trustee Simmons. Yes. Trustee Finley.
Yes.
We'll go to the audience.
You have the deal.
Leo, Shelley, over there.
It's okay. Second row. You want me to stand there? Yeah, it's back row. Thank you for letting me speak here tonight. Basically, all we're trying to do, my name's Leo, and with a company called Solar on Earth, we work with the big community solar farms. And I assure you, I'm not looking to put anything in your community. I'll say that right up front. We actually don't work on these large scale things that you're seeing being put up. I just want to put that out there right off the bat. I do understand. I've seen some around here, and even I am taking it back a little bit. So just to give people a little bit where I'm from on this. But this program that I represent, they're basically community fields. The fields that you're seeing out there right now, the really large ones, are more on a commercial basis for the state to do things with the power generation of the state. These fields as well go into the facilities. They're on a much smaller range. They're built all throughout Ameren. The state program is through Illinois Shines. We're able to take credits from those fields, apply them to the utility bill, the Ameren bill, and it gives a discount off of the spend. We've done it with quite a few cities and municipalities over the last year. We're actually now focused on them because it, quite frankly, does put money back into the budget in a time where electricity rates are starting to rise. A lot of what's going to go on in the future here with AI and other energy demands that are coming into the grids, which a lot of people have seen this year. Energy rates, unfortunately, are going to start to rise in the upcoming years. And this is a way to actually help control costs a little bit and put some money back into the municipalities' budgets. Basically, what it does is we take credits from those fields, we apply it to the bill, and it gives a discount anywhere between 10 to 15%, depending on what the meter class qualifies for. It doesn't cost you anything. Every ratepayer in Ameren has already been paying into these programs for years. If you look at an Ameren bill, you will see that there are all these little charges for all sorts of programs that go on in Illinois. The solar farm developers have put their projects into the state program to help out with the Illinois Shines program, which is promoting solar and other renewables throughout the state of Illinois. We've done this already with City of Robinson just signed on, Village of Opera has signed on, City of Pekin has signed on. Mason, Marion, LaSalle, they signed on as well. I was just up today, Village of Morton, which is a little west of here. I was there today. They've signed on the program as well. Talking with a few other cities in this area that are on a large scale that are looking at it as well. Just looking to see if we could eventually get a vote forward to look at the bills, put together an accurate proposal off of what instead of what I've done here today. This is based off of what we can tell that you do for a spend. It looks like it would save the village about $20,000 a year. If you go to the page where all the numbers are, there's a spot there. We have 1 at 10%, 1 at 15. But my guess is, from what I've seen, a lot of these municipalities are qualifying for the 15. So that project that I would be looking to put you on would save the village about $20,000 a year off of what their spend is. Pretty much it. It's not craziness. It's not, we're not a supplier. It's literally a credit. That goes into the utility bill. We pay down the utility bill. And then we just get paid back for the credit that we put on. So if we put on, $3,000 of credits on a bill, we get paid back 15% less, which would be $2,650. If we put on $5,000 of credits on the bill, we get paid back $4,250. It just literally puts a discount off of what the spend is. That's pretty much it. If there are any questions?
So. I don't know, maybe I missed it. You guys make money off this yourself?
We do, by putting in the state program. So by putting in the state program, we make money regardless on these farms, because we obviously they're being investors put money into them. I know a lot of people know a lot of federal subsidies are going away, but there are some state programs involved with this stuff. But we also have investor money that goes into these programs. They're gonna get money either from Aaron directly, or they can put it in the state program. They put it in the state program, they're incentivized, they do make more money on these programs. Because now, instead of getting paid a wholesale rate directly from the Amaranth, we're actually, the developers, the people that produce the farms are actually able to get more for what their power is going into the grid. So a lot of people, I tell people to look at this, is if you invested money on yourself to put solar on a property, you do it basically to eliminate an electric bill. That's why people who get solar do it. Someone else is building it, they're putting the credits on your bill. They're gonna give you a 15% discount off of what those credits are. And they're gonna recoup some of the money that they put into these projects by getting a little bit more than what they would get directly from there. It's a business, we're a business just like everybody else. And I tell people all the time, listen, we wouldn't do, they would not do this if they weren't in this to make money. I'm not afraid to tell people, like I've had people ask me all the time, well, if you're like, I bet someone tell me, well, I don't want to do it if you guys make money. Well, everyone's in business to make money. So at the end of the day.
I agree with you. Most residents put it on to save money, but I don't know about these big farms. I don't.
And I understand that.
I don't believe that.
I understand that. This program has been going around, has been going on since 2012, Massachusetts. It was going on, just to give you some names and you can look it up. Or I can send you some info on it. TD Garden is on this program, which is the big sports arena in Boston. Boston, and I know this because you started over there. Boston Medical Center, which is one of the major hospitals in the state of Massachusetts, has been on this program. Out here, about 75% of the McDonald's franchises are on this program. The reason why they jump on this program is because they have multiple locations. So for them to jump on a program that each location they're spending between $5,000 to $7,000 a location, if they're going to get a 10 or 15% savings, and most of these owners own between 6 to 10 locations, you can just do the math, how much money it brings back into their business. So the program has a history of success. Illinois started.
That's for who?
So Illinois has basically taken the approach that other states have. So they've cookie cutter. They've looked at what other states have done with this program and just copied what they've done with it. So it's been working, like the state of New York's been doing it for a long time, Massachusetts, Vermont, Minnesota, Colorado, Maryland's does the program, Maine, Hampshire is just started. Rhode Island's just doing it with municipalities.
Okay, so if Tilton jumped on board, explain the steps. Where?
Well, my first step would be to get bills, so I put together a legit proposal. Instead of just doing it off the spend, look exactly what you guys are working. what your exact, usage is. So I can give you something directly accurate. I'm just going off of basic stuff.
Right.
At that point, I put everything, I come back and put everything in front of you guys. You guys, folks are interested, then we would basically do an application, a non-binding application for the program, and I would send you the agreements. Actually, say you have a city attorney, like every other city does, or village does, and they would look over the contract. Once they look over the contract, your lawyer then tells you yes or no, if this is something you want to do. And then we would go from that point.
And is there gonna be in that contract a payment from Tilton to you guys?
The only payment you guys make to, not to my company directly, the only payment you guys make to the solar farm is whatever credits you have on that field, 15% less. So if we put, it's like if I came in and I know this is the most simplest way of explaining it. If I walked up and I said, here, I'm gonna give you $1,000. There you go. But I want you to give me back 150 of that every month, or $850 of that every month. I'm gonna give you 1,000, give me back 850. And I said, I'm gonna be in next month, I'm gonna do it again. You wouldn't tell me this. That's basically what I know it's so simple, simplistic to put it that way, but that's what this program really is.
So would we be buying power from,
No, you still get your power from Ameren.
because we're in an aggregation program?
You can still have your aggregation. This is on top of that.
If rates drop,
You save less, and I want to save you less. If I save you less, that means electric rates have gone down. If I'm saving you more, that means electric rates have gone up. We have no.
so you're
control.
adjusting what you're gonna pay us back versus what on the rates.
What do you mean?
So does the rate change then if you're,
If Ameren's rate changes or your aggregation's rate changes on your electric bill, the solar farm, it happens like every 6 months, they do whatever adjustments, they know when the rates are gonna change. The solar credit changes to what we get, so we know when it's gonna change. So when they do if the rates go up, the money we get for our credit goes up. If the rates go down, the money we get for our credit goes down, and we just basically adjust it accordingly. You're still getting the same discount, it's just basically, if your bills go down from, say your bills are $10,000 a month, I don't know exactly what they're, but say they're $10,000 a month, and they all of a sudden go down to $9,300. Well, you're gonna get a credit toward we're gonna put it toward the credits toward what that $9,300 a month would normally be, not the 10,000. The bills go to the 12,500, the credits are gonna toward what the 12,500. Unfortunately, and I'm not saying this, I mean, the history of electric rates have gone up 4% a year over the last 25 years. Projections in the next 5 years, they're gonna spike even more. Not saying the projections could be wrong, but that's with all the new technologies that they're talking about doing across the country and throwing into the utilities. The demand is probably gonna be higher. Well, it is going to be higher. I'm sure people are already seeing that. I know Illinois over the course of the summer, the state has seen had a lot of consumers who weren't interested in this program before becoming interested because they've seen their electric bills rise consistently over the last 6 months.
so there's no hidden fees or nothing, it's just.
No, and like I said, we have nothing to hide. When you're going to do this, we will literally put the contract right in front of your attorneys. I don't hide anything. I guess my question is, at this point, is if it is something that I tell everybody it's at least exploring. We're not installing anything. We're not putting anything anywhere. There's nothing going in your community with this. It is literally a credit that helps the village lower their costs. And like I say to some, municipalities, you have a bad winter, you can maybe have an extra $15,000 to go toward snow removal. Or if you have, it's because I know that villages, towns, cities are always looking for places to move money. This is a way to help the village move money around. If you do sign on, it does take anywhere normally up to about 6 months before you start receiving the credit. So I would go through that when I would know when the farm was going to turn on and everything else. And I would explain that at that point. But it is a process. It doesn't happen overnight. It's pretty simple. At this point, all I would ask is let me come in and talk to they get an access to the bills, put together a proposal off of that, and then your next meeting come back and, or maybe I can get something to you guys sooner than that. So you guys can be prepared when we come in and you guys can look at and see what exactly we have.
More question?
And you say where you make your money from? You say investors on the solar farms?
The solar farms are done by through investments. And so they're built through investors. They make their money back. There's obviously state subsidies. Everyone knows what's going on. There's subsidies that they originally built these farms in the through the federal government. And we make more money off of doing it through the community solar program because we're getting more of a retail rate for what we're doing than we do off of getting it directly from Ameren. So if Ameren loves to charge people, as people know, but they don't want to pay for the power they're getting either. So they give the solar developers or the farms a lower rate for those credits going in if it goes in on a wholesale access. Unless they're building some of these insane large stuff, which they still get a lower rate, but at that point they don't care because they're making enough money where it matters. By putting in the state Illinois Shines program, they make a little bit more money for their investment that they put in. And and that's pretty much it. At the end of the day, just guessing off of your spend, if you can put $20,000 a year back into the village and it doesn't cost anything, at that point, what would, what's this occurring?
But residents don't benefit from that.
We can do we do, there is residential community solar, absolutely. And that is something that if you wanted to talk further about, we could, and I can actually put together something that you guys can pass out to your residents as well, they can benefit from it as well. This program started in 2020 during COVID, and it got held up. I mean, myself and one other person were doing farms, mainly because we were outside and we could stay safe. A lot of farmers did join into this program. The agricultural, we actually built our business, my company pretty much built our business model off of the ag community. Because we knew that agriculture was something that could really use the help, especially we've done a lot of dairy farms throughout the east coast of the United States and out here in central, in the Midwest. But yeah, I mean, that's where we started, and one of our company decided to build a farm in Chadwick, Illinois, and he's run the company in an office out there now.
Was there cost wise to the village?
Nothing.
They just set it up.
You just sign up and get credits to on the bill.
Question?
And I can send you folks as well, once, if there's something you want to look at more. While we're doing the proposals together, I can send you all the state stuff that shows the program. Yeah, I have literature on what the state,
It's called Illinois Shine.
Illinois Shines. I mean, it's a pretty. So we want, it's actually doesn't have it. For sure I have one in there. Or I have one in here.
Myself, I'd like to do some more research on it, look at reviews.
I mean, this is it's a sample. I can get more of these. I'll leave this here for how many copies and just say such a sample. But it pretty much explains, Illinois Shines, community solar, it goes through, everything about the program. So I mean, it's legitimately. The thing I like, and I normally don't like when I say like level the state's involved, but the one thing that's good about the state being involved, like the program can be audited. So when we're talking, like they can oversee it. So if there is something that concerns somebody, everything is pretty much right there on the bill. It can be between the electric company if they're doing something wrong, or the solar developer really doesn't make control over it because it's the electric company reads the meter and then just puts the credits on the bill once you turn it on. It's pretty much, it's going toward this account number and this is where the credits are going. So it pretty much explains it through that.
Last question I have is, how long has your company been in business?
We've been with us over 10 years. And like I said, the owner moved from Massachusetts and now he lives on, there's a farm out in Chadwick. That's over by Savannah and Galena, that area. So he lives in lives in Mount Carolina, it's a farm in Chadwick and an office in Chadwick. And this building, this program is starting to go to more western states, so he's building the company west. Started on the east and marching across.
I'm like Vanessa, I think doing a little more research on it would probably be.
Yeah, but we'll get a hold of you, sure,
Okay,
if we want any further information.
okay,
If they'll be in contact with you.
all right.
Give me a call today, Shane.
You can call me, so I'll leave you my card as well.
Yeah, so I don't have your information.
So,
Thank you.
thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Road wellness.
Oh, I have something.
Yeah, they're on.
We're still doing audits.
That's okay.
Sorry. What's it called?
I need the tabs.
Just want to introduce myself for those that don't know me. My name is Vicki Romack. I live on Summer Cemetery Road. I'm here to talk about the solar project that's proposed. I just want to make you aware of some of the things about the company. These are things that are direct dealings. This is not hearsay. This is not rumor. This is what I've witnessed with my own two eyes and what I've heard. I attended a meeting on September the 8th at the Danville Public Library. I received a letter from them. They told us letters only went out to 15 or 20 people. There were 3 meetings at the library, one at 8 a.m. on Monday, how convenient for people that work. The other one was at 7 p.m. on Monday. The other one was at 11:30 a.m. on Tuesday. They never completed a project. So this company has never completed a project. They've never managed a project. Everything they're working off of is things that they have done research on or going off of what they've been told. Asked about maintenance and upkeep, who it would be staffed by. They said it would be staffed by people at the Tilton Energy Center, so there's no one on site out there. And according to them, this is going to be the biggest project in Illinois. So that's concerning to me as a property owner out there, that there's not going to be anybody on site. This sounds comical, but I have to say this. When we asked about management of the land, they said they might get sheep. So is this going to be a sheep farm or is it going to be a solar project? Because I, for one, don't want sheep out there underneath the solar panels. I've lived in this community my whole life. It would be detrimental to my family for this to happen. It's not only going to lower my property value, but it's going to affect my child. He has autism and he is highly affected by changes in his routine. So the traffic on a road alone is going to cause him major anxiety. So I just wanted to come and say my piece. Please keep this in mind when and if you get a proposal from them. Thank you.
Thank you. You know that we have.
Oh, anybody else in the audience?
So I'm probably tired of looking at me here, Dorothy Miller. I've heard a rumor, well, first of all, to the gentleman that was just here, and he said it's part of Illinois. If you look on your Ameren bill on page 2, you'll see that you're already paying for solar extra. So projects like that, when they're funded by the state, they're really funded by you or your people in your community. So you're kind of robbing Peter to pay Paul. Anyway, I heard a rumor that you all were maybe thinking of putting a moratorium to try to stop this solar project for a while. I'm not. Okay, I'm gonna repeat this. You all have your lawyer that represents your village. He doesn't specialize in wind and solar. So I don't know that I would put all my faith in what small town lawyer, even if it was Champaign, maybe somebody from Chicago. Unless they specialize in this, I don't know that I would put all my eggs in that basket. But if you look at if you Google it, can a village in Illinois, issue a moratorium? A village cannot issue a moratorium to completely prevent the development of solar farms. And this goes back to that 2023 law, Public Safety Act 102-1123. So I heard that. The funny thing was, I think it was 2 weeks ago, I think at a Catlin meeting, the subject came up, and Ted Taylor, I think he's on their zoning, am I correct? Is he? He's not the village, he's township. He had gotten, there's a magazine or something that goes out to different villages and the mayors. There's a whole article on this, how you should not do that. You should not issue a moratorium, and it had all the reasons why. And one of them would be drawing a lawsuit. Here's what concerns me if you guys get into a lawsuit with this. That Earthrise comes back, says you did that just to keep us out, we're gonna sue you. Then it goes to a lawsuit. And then you have to hire a lawyer who hopefully knows what they're doing when it comes to wind or solar. And they can't sue you, my understanding, they can't get money from the village. They can just sue you to get their way. So let's say you have to hire a lawyer now to negotiate with them. In the end, a good chance they're gonna get their way, maybe with a few stipulations, probably not all that you want, but they still won. If you look at that same law that came out in 2023, you all have the authority to determine, here's your village limits, 1.5 miles out. You have the authority right now, according to that law, to say, no, you cannot put anything within that 1.5 miles. Some people call it a extraterritorial zoning area. Some people call it a setback. They're referring to the same thing. So we've been told by people affiliated with the county, if Catlin enforces that 1.5 mile setback and Tilton does the same thing, there will only be a few hundred acres left for Earthrise to have to decide if they want to file their application. I don't know why this hang up, I don't know legally, and I don't even know that there is a legal thing. People keep saying, and Catlin, well, they haven't filed their application yet. Well, when it came to the mural project around Sidell and Fairmount and Indianola, they didn't file their application until the villages had told them, yes, you can come in, or no, you cannot. I think Fairmount let them in with solar, Sidell and Indianola told them you have to stay back that 1.5 miles with the wind part. The other thing I keep hearing is Earthrise saying, we've spent all this money, you can't stop us, we're not going anywhere. You know how many times we heard that with Mural? We heard it from their little initial people. We heard it from Christian, we heard it from Charlotte, then we heard it from their project manager, Rupert Crichton, who during the hearing, I will say, really embarrassed himself, because I love to say this, when he couldn't spell the name of the parent company that he worked for. Then later after that, I heard the same words come from Mr. Stephen Reeder, who then told me when I was at the quarry with the Adams family that he now was the project manager and he made those same claims. We've already spent all this millions of dollars and you can't stop us. We're not going anywhere. Well, it did go to court. The case is closed, but can't seem to find out what that means. It's just sitting there. I've been told they can't get right away, which easement, so we don't know. But so far it's been stopped. The county went about it the way they had to do it, and it still got stopped. But the villages did say, stay back 1.5 miles, stay back 1.5 miles. So I don't have that article that Mr. Taylor had. I don't know if your village, surely you get the same information they do, the same magazines or information. So I'm done, thanks.
Thank you.
Okay.
Village engineer, so you got something, man?
Yeah, I do.
It's on you.
Yeah, so, they've sparked my, interest to tell you this. So I went to all three meetings that Earthrise had at the Danville Public Library. Asked why they were held at the Danville Public Library and not here in Tilton or in Catlin. And they gave me this long dance about nobody had any place available, which I know is not true. I know that because I've talked to some people that gave them like 6 places that they can be. Total lie. So I'm not gonna waste your time. I just gave you our village meeting the other night and gave them the whole spill of the 3 days 2 days we were there, the 3 meetings. And complete waste of our time. It's supposed to be an informational meeting. They did not answer any of our questions. We literally caught them in lies. So I'm just gonna leave you with this. Vicki was at the meeting with me when I asked this. I said, can you give me 5 positives to Catlin? Because I live in Catlin Township. And they all looked at each other. And Ellie was like, you know, and so their foundation director, Talia, spoke up and said, well, you're gonna get the tax credits for school. You all probably have kids in school. And we're like, none of us that live around this farm, there's 11 of us, have kids in school. And they're like, oh. And I said, well, I have another question, because they never did give me even one thing that we're gonna benefit. I said, well, what's Tilton going to, how are they gonna benefit from this? And they all literally said, nothing. They said they don't pay property taxes. So I'm just gonna leave you with that. That is just a fourth of our time that we wasted, that we will never get back from these people. None of them have any experience. I'd say average age 25 years old. They had no answers. I even asked Ellie, I'll say this too. I said, I know the answer. I said, can you tell me how many acres this farm's gonna be and who owns it? And she just stared at me. Vicki is my witness. Many times they just stared at me when they answer us. And I said, Ellie, we know the answer. We're just trying to see if you're going to lie to us. And she goes, fine. 1,300 is Mormons and 100 of it's just me. I said, why didn't you just tell us that to begin with? Be transparent. They are not transparent, so do not be fooled by them. And why would we want this company to come in and just diminish what we have all built? So I just want to leave you with that. If you want more information, please call me. I have pages and pages because I took notes and notes and notes. And it was not good. And they had it in there because they did not think any of us would show up. So thank you for your time.
Thanks.
So go ahead. Yeah. Lisa was there too.
She's in this.
Sorry, I was gonna speak, but I'm gonna tag on. So Lisa, I was just thinking, I was there at the meeting too, so something that would be very pertinent to your village and your members of how this is all gonna lay out. One of the questions I had was first was asking about a risk analysis. Have you guys done a risk analysis in doing this project? They came back and said, no. Well, we just look at the risks throughout the project. So they're just looking at it as they're going, and there's not been any good planning ahead of time. And then another question I was asking them was about their decomposition process. What's that look like? Well, we're gonna put the money forth, like they have to do according to the act. That's a requirement. They have to put so much money forth at the beginning. I said, okay, that's fine, but what establishments have you made or agreements with places if something happens to this project? Or happens to these panels when it's done, either that, or technically it could be way before it's done. I said, do you have some kind of plan made and some kind of agreement? Because we've heard that landfills take them around here and recycling is what they say, but then nobody has anywhere that does this recycling. So where are you gonna have to go clear across the United States to try and get rid of these things? I said, so what's your plan with that? We don't have a plan. And I said, okay, so who's gonna get stuck holding this button right here that's gonna have to do this? Well, we got the money there. So what they're planning to do is put this money forth ahead of time according to the act of what is required, but yet they have no plan for this whole decomposition process. So that's gonna be then left to the villages or the townships to figure out, how are we gonna clean up this mess and where's it gonna go? Because there's not really anything, depending on when this happens, who knows? I said, starting a plan or a project of this magnitude and not having these things in place is huge. For one thing, say 3 months after they get it all built and established, that we don't get a huge windstorm with straight line winds that come in and destroy the whole thing.
Mhm.
So this doesn't have to be 30 years or 35 years out. This could very easily be shortly after it's built, could be a year after it's built, 2 years after it's built. Those are all just factors that you might want to take into consideration when looking at this, because that's going to be very huge financial as well as you have the resources. I mean, who's going to go out there and clean all this stuff up and dig all these wires out of the ground and
Imagine if we had a hailstorm like we did in 19.
exactly. There's many, the environmental climate changes that have gone on around here. I've done some research on that. They're huge. And the FEMA, like, has already said that, you know, the things in this area are different risks that we have now that we didn't have 20 years ago. So these are all things that are very highly potential that could happen. So it's just a factor you want to factor into when you're doing your risk analysis to determine what is, and then the fact that you guys aren't even getting it. You're not gonna get any tax dollars out of this. You're not getting anything out of it. But yet you may get stuck holding a huge bill at the end, and where are you gonna take this stuff? So just a thought. Okay,
Thank you.
thank you so much.
Anybody else?
Yeah. On the property.
I'm over Marvin.
No.
Yeah.
Two roads, I'm sorry.
She's in there.
Huh?
Should be able to. Oh.
On video.
Hi, Jessica. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Can you hear us, Jessica? Maybe she'll have to come right back then. Can you hear us, Jessica? Is that going on?
Every time we try it.
Yeah, we've all done it. Let's get out to make sure. She was.
But she doesn't know how to laugh and like.
Motion to table.
Motion to table
The next meeting.
She come back in.
Make a motion, we table it. Can't get it back in. Till next meeting.
I'll second.
Trustee, yeah, trustee Wagner,
Yes.
trustee Finley,
Yes.
trustee Barnes,
Yes.
trustee George. Yes.
Okay, village engineer, Tom Wakemeyer.
This won't be as exciting as mental health awareness, although I think I could use some now. 7.1. We retained Farnsworth to prepare the water main relocation plans for the culvert site. The original plan was we were gonna put it on the south end of the property. They drew up the plans. And then Aqua decided they wanted it on the north side of the property, so they had to redraw the plans. And Chad and I talked with the contractor, and we're probably going to have them make some more modifications to their plans. They originally gave us a not to exceed amount of $3,200 to put those plans together and the DP permit. And I want to increase their authorization from 32 to 5,000. That's what 71 is.
Good.
Need a motion,
Need a motion,
make a motion to increase.
suggestion, increase to $5,000.
Make a motion to increase to 55,000.
I'll second it. Trustee Finn.
Yes.
Trustee Simmons.
Yes.
Trustee Reitenberg.
Yes.
Trustee George.
Yes.
Trustee Vaughn.
Yes.
7.2. The village, I guess, is obligated to provide some infrastructure in support of culverts, and I need authorization from the board to obtain or negotiate prices for that. One piece will be storm sewer. The storm sewer is not just for culverts, it's really to serve the whole area of the culverts that's hooking into it. We need to get it in place so they have an outlet for the storm sewer. Water main relocation, which you're all familiar with. Then we got to extend the sanitary sewer to the site. Today I learned that there's one of our light poles, one of our aluminum light poles. It's going to have to be moved as well to fully construct their south entrance. So that would be included as well.
Need a motion. The sanitary, storm sewer, the culverts.
I'll make a motion to allow
And
time
light pole, yeah.
to negotiate the infrastructure.
And
Second.
Trustee Reitenberg.
Yes.
Trustee Finn.
Yes.
Trustee Simmons.
Yeah.
Trustee George.
Yes.
Trustee Vaughn.
Yes.
Thank you.
That it, Tom?
Thank you. Yep.
Okay, fire chief, Chris McMahon.
We, completed our, we still have one more thing to do host testing with. We have to do truck use host testing, but we've labeled all of the hose that wasn't labeled before. So we have, we can track it now. Unfortunately, we have blown over 30 some sections so far of hose that's really old. So we'll come to you with the number next month when we figure out, once we get everything done. Structure letter was fixed, as long as it passed aerial inspection today. Included today, all the ladders passed inspection. We had to put new batteries in into 3, and we finally got the skid unit in that we ordered before I even got here. So it's on the truck, it's working and everything's great. Still staying strong at 27 members. And we completed like 266 hours of training for the department. We had a total of 76 calls. We ran 5 structure fires. 1 of them was in Tilton, 4 of them were mutual aid. 5 illegal burns, 2 fire alarms, and it was 55 EMS assist calls. And then we had 8 assist other calls. Pretty much all I have. Questions?
Okay.
The old skid unit. Did we,
Oh, I-
talked about,
Yeah, what's that?
821.
Get back there. Yes, the old skid unit. Oh, okay, so the old skid unit on 8.1, West Coast approached us about donating it. They run mutual aid with us. They have capabilities of basically taking it down, rebuilding it all the way completely. I would like to give it to them. Really, it's like I said, it's broke right now, kind of. It works, but it doesn't work, so. Looking forward to it. I'm not gonna think of it.
Donate that to Westfield. Okay.
I'll make the motion to donate the skid unit to Westland.
I'll second it. Is it also the water pump?
It's the whole unit.
The whole
Water
unit.
talking tank, the whole unit, it's one skid, yes. Correct, everything's on.
Trustee Reitenberg.
Yes.
Trustee Simmons.
Yeah.
Trustee Vaughn.
Yes.
Trustee George.
Yes.
Trustee Finn.
Yes.
The other item is 8.2, the air packs that are sitting at Station 2 that were taken out of service when we got the new ones. I literally tried to see if I can give them away to the Fire Institute, which takes everything when it comes to air packs. They told me they're really not worth anything for us. Because they're 2216 bottles, the old style bottles, everybody runs at least 4500s. There are a couple, fire departments, in Indiana that have requested that we, they could have some please, like I said, they're basically told they're worth nothing for us, so either liquidate them so we get them out of our station, or just give them away if anybody does need them. They're out of, they would have to be tested. They would have to test them, not us.
All right, we need a motion to liquidate the air tax like for this talking about.
I'd like to make a motion to donate them to whoever you said to get them out of the station.
I appreciate
it. I second.
Trustee Raymond.
Yes.
Trustee Barnes. Trustee George.
Yes.
Trustee Sims.
Yes.
Trustee Quinn.
Yes.
Hey, Chris,
That's it for me now.
EMS, Bushfield,
Ambulance service ran, I had a total of 85 dispatches, 43 for Tilton, 26 days, 15 nights. We were busy on 2 of those, had turnover. On 2 other ones, we were busy. We ran 14 in Oakwood, 2 in Danville, and 24 in Lynch's district. We did 1 transfer. In your package, you have a quote for pad import. It's in 2 parts. We've talked about this many times. We've talked about it a couple times, with, the EMS committee, different board members, that CAD import, allows us to import CAD information from the PSB into our, report writing automatically. It gives us information that can be on our, iPads when we go to the station, don't want to call. The initial information will be there with the address, any notes that we don't get on the page or the dispatch, it'll be in that CAD import. This is not just for the animal services, will go for both the fire and the animal service. The first quote is to the Tyler system, which is to the PSV, which that is half of the integration of the CAD system, and that price $2,480. That is a one-time fee. And it doesn't go up. We only just pay for one time. The second part would be to ESO, which is our report writing software. That would be the second half of the integration. The 2 have to talk to each other in order to give us that information on our dispatches. And the price for that is $1,495.
Is that a one-time, is it?
That is a reoccurring fee with ESO. Anytime that we add a program in our ESO, whether it be fire or EMS, that price goes up. And then that's a reoccurring yearly fee. So yes, we would pay a yearly fee on top of what we already pay. Both of us for the ESO is $1,495 yearly.
okay, I need a motion for Tyler Technologies CAD upgrade for ESO import for one-time fee of $2,480.
Big motion. Yeah. Second.
Trustee Finley.
Yes.
Trustee Raymond.
Yes.
Trustee Sims.
Yes.
Trustee Barnes.
Yes.
Trustee George.
Yes.
Okay, now we need a motion for ESO CAD upgrade for the other half of that. ESO import for $1,495. That's a yearly fee, correct?
Correct.
Does that replace any other fees that you're already paying, or is that an addition?
I'm sorry, Bart, you speak up.
Is that an addition to any other fees, or is that like?
That's in addition to the fees that we already pay to ESO on a yearly basis. I'm not for sure at this point what our fees are anymore at ESO, because it's divided between the fire and the animal service. And both the animal services added programs to the original, as well as the fire department also. But I can tell you that we're way lower than what we would be if they would, if we were to, apply for ESO today. Our price has not went up since we began using ESO, but our call volume has tripled from when we first got ESO. And when you buy ESO, that is, they take, the amount of calls that you have per year, and then they set your price. And so we've tripled it since we started, and that price has never went up.
Good. I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
Trustee Finley.
Yes.
Trustee George.
Yes.
Trustee Bonner.
Yes.
Trustee Sims. Yes. Trustee Whiteman.
Yes.
So I have some EMS updates, in general, I've been in communication with the EMS office in regards to system entry for new hires and, extension dates for an EMT that we have that has been out, on maternity leave and then had surgery, and, she just found out that her license expires at the end of this month, so we're trying to get an extension, and allowing her to, extend her license for 3 months so she can get continuing education hours done in that time period. I've also, had numerous conversations with the EMS office, about, legalities on, a project that we're working on. And the legalities of that project are looking very favorable for us. I've held meetings with paramedics, that are on the animal service, try to come up with a solution, for ALS care for our patients in the village of Tilton. On a more higher call line. Right now, if you were to look at the numbers, we're about half ALS, half BLS. So in trying to make it where we do our own advanced care and not depend on another outside agency that can have needs to do that. Ambulances, ambulance 3, and your packet shows it's still out of service. We got it back today. And so far, through the, we moved into it, to see if it was working. And so far, our fingers are still crossed that we're still in it. Unit 2 was involved in an accident, a couple weeks ago. We got 2 quotes been turned in. We've already, the insurance company's already replied back and told us, to go ahead. So we go to the body shop on Monday, to start to work on that. Unit 1, our oldest unit, 92,000 miles, and it's still going strong right now. So that's our update on our units. Personnel, we've lost 4 EMTs last month, 2 for school, 1 for another job, and 1 for maternity leave. We have interviewed 1, we did hire, and he will be starting within the next month or 2. We'll be interviewing another one on next Monday. Operations, we'll be putting in a new policy into effect for our EMT basics, that they must have certain training next year, and it will be a yearly thing, or they won't be able to work. Those standards are already set at the paramedic level, at the intermediate level, and if my paramedics and my intermediates have to do this, then we want our basics to do the same thing. That way it ensures that not only for us, but for them, that they're comfortable in the calls they're going on. They're comfortable in making the decisions for the patient's care, and it keeps them on their toes. We do it on a yearly, we do 4 times as much as they do on a yearly basis. We're just wanting them to take that first step to having that training every year. That is going to be a mandatory thing. They won't like it, some of them won't like it, but it's reality. We want to make sure that your families are taken care of the best they can be. I have Jan and Sarah that are both paramedics, they're both educators, are working on a education program that will be implemented in the first of next year that will get these basic EMTs to where they need to be before those standards go into effect, so that they know what they're doing. And this is not a pass-fail that we're asking them to do. It's to see where they're at and see where they need the help at so we can help them get to a better place. We're also working currently on a new orientation program for new hires with all the equipment that we have. And not only will the new hires have to go through it, but the current EMTs will make sure that they've completed it as well. We did start that a little 6 or 7 months ago, but in the meetings with the paramedics and the hiring committee, we feel that needs to be a little bit more, and that even though some of the EMTs that have been hired now have been through some of it, they've not been through all. We want to make sure that they're at that point also. So we'll be having a meeting with our members come next Monday, and a second meeting on Wednesday to fill them in on these new policies and the new education that's going to be coming out, so that they're not blindsided. It gives them another 3 months to start planning their schedule around being able to attend these classes and attend the mandated 2 programs we're going to put in place that will probably come into effect in October, is what we talked about. So they have from January to October to attend these classes to get them where they need to be to pass these 2 programs. The last thing that I'm going to make mention was that in part of the meetings with the paramedics and making sure that we can get the advanced life support care to the patients that need it, we propose, it's in your packet, not to be discussed right here, right now, paramedic flight card intercept on call schedule. And that's all I have.
Thanks, Butch. Public Works.
I'll start. Backer televised and storm sewer catch basins on Central, going off, helping out with the gas company down there on some stuff. We did Lawndale too, working on that. Had 3 sewer calls, none of them resolved, all homeowner issues. Got an order of new street signs, got them installed to replace the missing or damaged ones. And cutting, removing dead trees along the double roads at the lake and the ballpark. Work on fiber from the sewer plant to the public works. Cameron did a good job at skid unit installed for the fire department. Doug's been going to town on locates for Metro fiber and the gas project. Other than that, I'm asking surplus 2 items. They are older speed awareness signs. They're trailered around, set them up. They tell you you're going fast, or this, I guess you just want to see if you can get a high score on them.
Yeah.
Try. We don't use them. They ain't been used. One of them don't work no more. We had it out messing with it. It don't work. I just like to get rid of them. They're taking up space. The police department's bought new compact ones that can actually record the data and be used for reports and things like that to help them with that issue. These don't. They're kind of obsolete in my opinion. I would soon put them on iBid or whatever, and I don't know, 1,200 for both of them. Since one of them don't work, they can make it for parts. It's up to you guys what you want to do, or we can just put them on there and see what we get offered. $1,200.
You're the professional. You tell us.
I cannot find nothing comparable to even remotely tell you what they're worth. So
1,200 is gonna get rid of them?
if we can go lower, I say 1,200. I think it's a good price. Trailer's in good shape. One of them's still working. The other one still has a lot of good parts. So I mean, if you can get both of them for 1,200 for the pair, I think you're getting a deal on it myself, but.
Need a motion, surplus and street awareness signs. Where we can get it out of them, I guess.
Well,
Then on the 12.
Make a motion,
I guess I'm wondering.
I'll second.
Trustee Benjamin.
Yes.
Trustee Lanfair.
Yes.
Trustee Jones. George.
Yes.
Trustee Barnes.
Yes,
And then you
that's all I have. Thank you.
police chief, Bill Bernardi.
All right, for the month of August, we had 411 calls for service. Officers made 21 arrests, 17 PNTs, Issued 73 traffic citations, 31 warnings. 11 ordinance violations were issued with 1 ordinance, warning being given out. Not asking for anything this month. Just to inform you that, Officer Kyle Nasty completed his field training, is currently out on his own. And we currently lost 2 officers resigned this month. And as of right now, we have no, experienced or qualified applicants at this point in time being looking to replace.
Your department, Chad Kissler.
Got, Donahue, a quote from last board meeting, you guys approved 20,000 for them to start, they got the official contract back. It's basically to go over the contract that we have with Curry and construction of sewer plant. For them to go through, make sure that we're not getting taken advantage of or anything. Getting the projects closing. We're also gonna go and look at some of the stuff that we're having problems with. And some repairs or some solutions to correct those problems. They give us, this is to get started and so they come over, do a walkthrough to see what our problem areas are. Get a list of corrections, together and present it to the board. That's a proposal not to exceed $29,500. Last minute meeting where you, prove 20,000, so you're looking at $9,500. They've already kind of started on some stuff for us, so.
Need a motion to increase Donahue till WWTP assistance project. From last month's approval of 20,000 to 29,500.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it. Trustee Wakeman.
Yes.
Trustee George.
Yes.
Trustee Bond.
Yes.
Trustee Finley.
Yes.
Trustee Jones. Yes.
That Chad?
That's all I got.
Okey doke, Dave Biggerstaff.
1916.
What?
1916, it's on the agenda. 1916 South Washington.
Okay.
Show me the picture.
Question. It's all in there. What's the proposal on it? Is that-
That's
For demo? Okay.
Very nice place to live. Yes, we can like that. Very nice.
I will say that,
Else there somewhere?
at our ordinance meeting, Dave came in and we had a lot of, we had a lot of questions and things on how things, procedures and policies and things of that nature. And it was a very informative and good meeting. So, I appreciate you coming in there and he was we requested for him to be here to answer any type of questions. But sometimes we go to a lot of wording difference, whether we're doing one thing or another. There's some questions there, and when you get them answered, it's a lot easier to make a decision or explain what the definition of something is than it is to just fly blind. So I appreciate that the other day, and like I said, it was very informative.
Yeah, on that one, it's basically, it gets like any other, it gets turned over to the attorney. I mean, you guys, have you deemed it dangerous?
No,
Haven't you, is that on the vote then, or need
no,
to be?
I mean, it's vacant.
Yeah.
So I think,
Taxes have been sold for last year, they're scheduled to be sold this year. The 2 owners that had that, they've dissolved their company, I guess you could say. They actually are suing each other and they're in a spat. So we've had them both in municipal court.
Well, at least I know one has, and he just paid his fine and said, well, I have no interest in that house. And they both washed their hands of it. So it would basically sit another, tax cycle. It'll get sold for this year, and then it has to go through a whole nother tax cycle. And then, so basically it's gonna sit another 2 years before, a tax deed would be issued on it. So that means as dilapidated as it is now, it's just gonna sit there and get worse for another 2 years. So if you're wanting to move down that path, it would get turned over to the attorney and followed like any other process. He has to go through the state statute, get approval and notify potential in those heirs or owners with interest, and he handles it from here is basically what it would.
Now, are there some cracks in that foundation in the back? I thought somebody.
I can't remember. I can't see him in the pictures. I'd have to
Yeah.
take a look.
That's just questions.
I would update the report for the attorney to get better perspective, like the roof pictures and things like that. We can get better pictures to. And that's what he would do. The report is like the first step for you guys to consider it. Then if you vote on it and say, yeah, that's what we want to do, then it goes to the attorney and he takes it from there.
I need a motion to condemn 1916 South Washington.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Trustee Bentley,
Yes.
trustee George,
Yes.
trustee Barnes,
Yes.
trustee Sims, yes, trustee Whiteman.
Yes.
E department, you're.
He's not here.
Council.
All the before. Yeah. So we need, 2 computers, a new one for the boardroom and then a new one for evidence. Because they won't upgrade to Windows 11. And it's, for both computers, it's $3,071.58.
Need a motion for
Not yet. Ready? Need a motion to purchase 2 computers from Dell for $3,071.58.
I'll motion we did.
I'll second it. Trustee Sims, yes, trustee George. Yes. Trustee Barnes,
Yes.
trustee Bentley,
Yes.
trustee Whiteman.
Yes.
I need a motion to purchase a fob system for Thomas Park concession stand, the Wagner lock and key for $2,725.
Motion would. Did I purchase it?
It's just the concession stand or the garage also.
That's just a concession.
Just succession.
That's the motion.
I'll second it.
Trustee Sims,
Yes. Trustee George.
Yes.
trustee Whiteman,
Yes.
trustee Bentley,
Yes.
trustee Barnes.
Yes. Looks like you're up. Lori.
All right, 4 FOIA requests to fulfill, prepared 3 and a total of 3 on board meetings because the agenda's completed minutes, except for 1. Process yearly liquor license, gaming renewal for Carlos. In the process of Dottie's and sitting the rest of them up. Ambulance billing for August, configured sling out for reposting October and 2 weeks November schedule for EMS crews. Billed $146,600.44 in charges. Posted $38,269.49 payments, and adjusted $34,656.68. We need 91 rounds for billing, verification, insurance, address, and verified. Report complete on the UT site for. Filled and scheduled 1 VA transfer, turned down 3 due to lack of staff. So 2 calls for staff VA transfers, unable to fill due to That's it.
City administrator, Tiffany Jones.
I talked to the business locating at the former Better Days. I sent them a liquor license application. We had, a claim where somebody who was taking a driver's test, hit one of our signs. I settled that with, it was through that, talked to them, we got that settled. We had 2 other insurance claims that I settled. I sent a letter to the state on the reciprocal agreement for the exchange of information that we do every year so that we're able to get our sales tax numbers. And I had several meetings. I sent tip applications out to 3 people. I had several phone conversations about those. Me and Brian and the mayor met with a webco about, possibly updating our website.
And if you know.
Yeah.
Treasurer Cassie Ward.
For the month, I made the bank deposit, reconciled the bank statements, took in payments, payroll, and paid the taxes, the monthly wage report from Rev, and the unemployment report. And then on here, we have, it says payment obligations that need to be paid out from the tax year 2024. There's 5, and it's total $224,151.65, all from the TIF account.
Need a motion to pay the tip obligations for 2024-25.
Motion. To pay.
Trustee Sims.
Yes.
Trustee Finley.
Yes.
Trustee Whiteman.
Yes.
Trustee Barnes.
Yes.
Trustee George.
Yes.
Cast. Need a motion, Danville Sanitary District rezoning from open land agriculture to industrial by the recommendation of zoning commission.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Trustee Whiteman.
Yes.
Trustee Finley.
Yes.
Trustee Sims.
Yes.
Trustee Barnes.
Yes.
Trustee George.
Yes.
Need a motion for 1902 South Washington Street variance by the recommendation of zoning commission. That for variance.
Was he just putting parking in? Is that what
He's
that-
just putting like a lean to so that he can, I don't even know if he's still gonna do it, because I saw him out there this week putting up a fence now.
Yeah.
Cause I told him, since you're changing the footprint, you have to apply for variance. And he's like, well, maybe I'll just put a fence up, and
The post is out there, yeah, for the fencing.
yeah, so I think maybe he changed his mind, because he couldn't do it right away, maybe.
Does he still need to approve the variance, or need to wait?
Just, I mean, I wouldn't want him to have to wait another month if he does plan on still having to do to, even if it's a fence. It still falls under a variance.
Approve variance.
I'll second it.
Second.
Courtney.
Okay.
Courtney, yes.
Trustee Finley.
Yes.
Trustee George.
Yes.
Trustee Barnes.
Yes.
Trustee Whiteman.
Yes.
Trustee Sims.
Need a motion for a special use permit application for Chuck Chevron 609 Delwood. What?
And so.
By recommendation of the zoning commission.
They're here if you guys have any questions.
Guess the only question would be is, according to our ordinance, it's a backyard. Technically. Now, whether that's a backyard or a side yard is have to be discussed, but
I mean, it's clearly behind the house. It's just in their extra lot. That's what it looks like to me.
Make the motion here. Approve the. Vacancies.
And so.
Hold on.
I'll make a motion, yes.
I got it.
Okay, I didn't know if you heard him or not.
Trustee Kennedy.
Yes.
Trustee George.
Yes.
Trustee Barnes.
Yes.
Trustee Wagner.
Yes.
Trustee Stan.
Yes.
Okay, need a motion to rescind all previous offers to Patriot Motors under the license communication with it.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Trustee Wagner.
Yes.
Trustee Barnes.
Yes.
Trustee George.
Yes.
Trustee Stan.
Yes.
Trustee Bentley.
Yes. Okay, moving forward. Mike,
Well, as we talked about the fire and EMS, Matt, I talked about several things. You heard the updates. The ordinance, committee met, a lot of good ideas we'll be bringing for next meeting as well, on a few things. We set, the trunk or treat October 25th, 4:00, hot dogs and chili. We got the famous chili maker over there to take care of that again. I sent Brian over a deal to post. We're also forming a little small group to brainstorm for the 4th of July for next year, doing more of an all-day event type thing. So anybody that's wanting to join that and reach out to me and we can get things together with that. What else? We got 2 bands left. SAS is this weekend. This should be a pretty good one. On here, we got Teague Holt. Teague Holt is a teenager young man from Illinois or Central Indiana that is starting to make it in the music world. Probably an upcoming guy, I would say. It's like a 7-piece band. They reached out to us, talked to that group, and I'd like to book them for next year. Cost is $2,700. It'll be on June 20th. I'd like to get a motion for Eagle Band.
we need a motion to 700, you say, Mike?
2,700.
27. Oh, I get to the apartment property.
You still are.
Splash pad.
You need that across the stage. Yeah.
Make a motion.
I'll second it.
Trustee Kennedy.
Yes.
Trustee George.
Yes.
Trustee Stan.
Yes.
Trustee Wagner.
Yes.
Trustee Barnes.
Yes.
We need approval for the fire and EMS committee meeting minutes from September 11th.
Motion.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Trustee Wagner.
Yes.
Trustee Barnes.
Yes.
Trustee Stan.
Yes.
We need to approve the ordinance committee meeting minutes from 9/16. Once they're completed, or table that. And
Need a motion.
yes, motion to table it till next meeting. I'll make the motion.
Trustee Wagner.
Yes.
Trustee Stan.
Yes.
Trustee Finley.
Yes.
Trustee Barnes.
Yes.
Trustee George.
Yes.
Next one is an ordinance approving social media policy. We've talked about it before, had it in our policy manual, but we did not have it in an ordinance. This would be an ordinance to put in the social media policy that's attached.
Each employee would have to sign off on it also.
Any questions? I'd like to make a motion to accept the social media policy.
I'll second.
Trustee Whitehead.
Yes.
Trustee Sims.
Oh, yes, sorry.
Trustee Henry.
Yes.
Trustee Thomas.
Yes.
Trustee George.
Yes.
Action is an ordinance to impose the moratorium on commercial solar development. Everybody
Right.
read that? Yeah, go ahead.
You want me to tell you what Wesner said? To your comments, Becky, he said that, we can do a temporary moratorium. It's not gonna be a permanent, but this gives us time to, put the regulations in place that we feel are necessary and that, they will be associated with special use permit. And the statute is, only applicable to counties, he said, and also work on rural, which gives us broader powers. As long as it's not permanent, he said we could do it. And it will give us time to put everything together.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Did he reach out to anyone if it's his interpretation?
I can't answer that.
I think so.
But if it's temporary, it will expire in June 1 of 26.
I reached out as well and had a conversation with him, and he said he's had discussions with moratoriums with other communities. Yes. That was his answer.
Well, he did say Rantoul has one. Or had one.
And also my understanding from the moratorium is it is temporary, but also what we have in place or don't have in place right now is any type of comprehensive plan. That it would give us, it's gonna take 6 months, maybe, Tom? 8 months for a comprehensive plan? Roughly.
What you call a comprehensive plan.
So in order,
I think you already have it.
not for that.
We have it.
No. We have
Do you
a-
have to have- do you have to have that to tell First Price you can't build within that 1.5 miles?
If we potentially say no, then we need to have some sort of reason. And a reason would be our part of our comprehensive plan is the way I feel.
Is this wording the temporary
It says here, it says it expires June 1 of 26.
Okay.
But it
You
would,
guys have a comprehensive plan?
you do not. There's a vision plan, not a comprehensive plan.
There's
I've done
nothing,
a huge amount of research on this, and I can tell you from a legality standpoint. The moratorium can connect, if you want to connect it to you. That's what the big, according to the acts and statutes and stuff is. And even the 2023, reenactment of policy like that. You can have more, a temporary, like you
Yes.
said, and like Western said, you can have temporary, like connected to your
Correct.
comprehensive.
Yes, and that's the
You
plan.
Tie things together.
Yes. The idea is to give us time for that to happen. So in this, not giving any indication which direction we would go. It's just giving us time to do research and get our ducks in a row.
So if you word it right, just say that you're gonna connect it to your comprehensive plan. You're gonna come, don't say you're gonna,
Right.
You can connect, just say it's gonna all work together.
I felt better after talking with Wesner than I did the other night. Just my personal opinion.
That is like,
Unless somebody else has got anything.
we need a motion to approve, an ordinance creating chapter 218 of the village code pertaining to fire department.
Nice try.
one right budget.
Yeah.
Or motions.
Oh, I'm sorry. I overlooked one here. Approval of the 02025 0918A ordinance to impose moratorium on commercial solar development. Right.
The ordinance actually has imposed a temporary moratorium.
Which I think it dates what, June 1st of 26.
Yeah.
Second.
Trustee Finley,
Yes.
trustee Whiteman,
Yes.
trustee Sims. No. Trustee Barnes,
No.
trustee George.
Yes.
Okay, now I'll repeat the other one. Approval of the 2025-0918B and ordinance creating chapter 218 of the village code pertaining to fire department respiratory unit.
Depository.
Repository. Repository.
Basically, it's the Knox box. It's a brand, but that's what it's called, and it's for new builds only. I'll make it. Go ahead. I'll second.
Trustee Sims.
Yes.
Trustee Whiteman.
Yes.
Trustee Finley.
Yes.
Trustee George.
Yes.
Trustee Barnes.
Yes.
Okay.
You should go.
We never did it down to. Oh, we're gonna.
Just now done with. Actually,
Well, Mike's,
yeah, I mean, we just now got done with mine, so yeah, you're good.
You're done.
Yeah, I'm done.
just had a big car show this weekend. Dealership. A lot of cars there. Two trucks. That all I have.
That's it, exactly.
I have nothing.
John? Work?
No.
I need to ask a question, Bob. What time do you need for fire and ambulance service at the car show?
It starts at 9.
It starts at 9.
And we're gonna have it set up where they can have access, where they can get out.
Okay.
So, and they'll be setting it up on the north side of the property.
They can look you up when they get there.
Yeah, I'll be in a bright green shirt when I'm ready.
Okay.
For big ship.
Yeah, I need a motion to go into executive session personnel 5 ILCS 0-2. C, 1 and property 5 ILCS 120/2 bracket C, bracket 6.
Make a motion.
Second.
If somebody said,
Yes, I think.
okay. Trustee Sims.
Yes.
Trustee Whiteman.
Yes.
Trustee Finley.
Yeah.
Trustee George.
Yes.
Trustee Barnes.
Yes.
Yes.